Yeah, I just want to start out by thanking everybody again for the efforts that have been put in this week to make this game possible. Much appreciated and very thankful to wear that jersey for another time. I thought we played a much better second half after we settled down and kind of stopped turning the ball over so much, but proud of our defensive effort again. That's 2 games in a row that we've held an opponent under 35% field goal, which has been a big goal for us this offseason and spending a lot of time on our defense. So proud to see that. Got a lot of contribution by a lot of players tonight. We'll start with Kelly, obviously her second double-double in a row. It was great to celebrate her 1,000 point before the game as well. And then Janasia Cash came in with 16 and 8 as well. Thought she got some great easy rebounds and putbacks and ran the floor really well tonight. I was really proud of Constance Thomas. I thought she played a great game. We've been really working on her assist to turnover ratio in practice, and she stepped up big with 5 assists to 1 turnover. So really proud of that. And then finally, Nia Staples, that's somebody who's been fighting through her second knee injury, and to see her come in the ball game and go right to the bucket like she did, that was a huge moment that I know the team will remember for a really long time, and as she will as well. So it was awesome that she scored another 2 points there. So we're just really proud of her. She's been working really hard, and I know she didn't get to wear that uniform last year. So her first points here at Penn State was awesome.
All right, we'll open it up to questions now. Jack, I know you had your hand raised and it went down. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Coach, what does someone like a Kelly, who's probably on the older side of this team, bring to a team when it's, her first year, and yet the first 2 games, she's immediately making a huge impact on this team?
Yeah, I mean, experience does wonders, right? That's the whole goal of college basketball, to get old and stay old, right? So having her to come in here and help lead this young group and this new team of 13 newbies has been a blessing. And she's taken the role to heart, and she's done a phenomenal job. So not only from her production, but her leadership in the locker room and just directing people on the floor. She's got an incredible IQ, and she shares it really well. She doesn't hold it in, and she makes others around her better. So from start to finish, since she's got here at Penn State, she's done wonders for our culture and our team.
Alexis?
Coach, at every chance this team gets, they seem to be running out in transition, and even after they give up baskets, they're always pushing the ball down the floor. How important is it for the team's continued success for them to be able to score in transition and off of turnovers?
It's huge. I mean, that's what we want to play. We want to score on makes or misses, and regardless if we get scored on or we get a steal or a deflection, whatever it might be, we're trying to push tempo for 40 minutes. They're starting to get it. It's not exactly where we want it, but it's much better than it has been and was. So we call it our first 3 steps, and we always want to have a quicker first 3 steps in our opponent, either on offense or defense. So we've been working on pitching the ball ahead too, without dribbles. And getting our head up and in transition and seeing the flyers or the rim runners. And I think they're really starting to understand that concept.
Canyon?
Hi, Coach. In last game, you had over 30 bench points. And this game, I feel like you didn't get as big of a contribution. I mean, you only had, I think it was like 6 points, like going into the end of the third quarter. Do you think that you need a bigger contribution from your bench going forward? Do you think it was just an off game for some of the players?
Well, I think the first game we had a lot of contribution. Shea came off the bench in the first game and played a really good game for us. I mean, 24 points off the bench is still a pretty decent number for us as we're going down the stretch. So I think this year a lot's going to be by committee. And you're going to have a game where Kelly scores 25. You're going to have a game where Kenna scores 30. You're going to have a game, and that's the way we want to play. We want to share the basketball, and on any given night, it can be anyone's, big night. And the way that we're playing unselfish basketball, I think you're going to see that. And some nights the bench may score 30, 40, some it might score 12. And at the end of the day, it's all going into the same column. So regardless of starters or bench, what's really important is we get that dub at the end of the day.
Alexis?
Coach, last season, the team really struggled consistently in the third quarter and really the whole second half. But so far, they've played well in the first half, and they've stayed playing the same exact way in the second half. Has third quarter play and second half play been a point of focus this season, just getting that better?
Yeah, we don't really focus on last year, to be honest with you. Such a new group, such a new team. We're moving 200 feet at a time. So for us, we're going to play max effort, max tempo, no matter what. If it's the first quarter, if it's the fourth quarter, and the score is always 0-0. So for us, that's the mentality we're trying to drive into our team right now. Not focusing on last year, not focusing on 2 games from now, just focusing on the present. And I think with a young group, they've done so far a great job at that.
Jack?
Coach, I know you just said you don't like to look backwards, but I got to ask from your perspective, what do you notice about this team that's, or for you that with this program that's different this time this year than it was last year, outside of the obvious of being in a pandemic, but just, your second year, everyone focuses on transition from year one to year two. Are you seeing things going in the right direction? Like through 2 games, I know it's only 2 games, you haven't started Big Ten play yet, but is it trending in the direction you want it to be in?
Absolutely. And the first thing is culture, an unselfish play. I mean, you can just see how they're trying to make the right read. They're trying to take the great shot for Penn State versus the good shot. You see our bench, you see our energy, you see our chemistry. And so I knew coming in as we rebuilt this, that culture was going to be the number one most important thing that we do here. So regardless of the score, we're always going to be constantly talking about, that lion pride, that mentality of, our 5 core principles and really hammering that in. And I think this group is really bought in 100% to that and bought into being the best teammates they can be. And as a staff, that's probably what we're most impressed with and proud of so far.
Any final questions for Coach? Pat?
Hi, Coach. I know it's only been 2 games thus far, but the team has scored over 80 points in both games. Obviously, you guys have done a good job on the defensive end as well. But in both games, you guys have had 3 players in double figures and nearly 4. Can you just speak to how a well-balanced offensive attack makes you guys so hard to guard?
Yeah, that's the goal when you go into recruiting. You want to find people that can be versatile and do numerous different things, whether it's put the ball on the floor, shoot the 3, or defend multiple positions. And that's the way that we want to play here at Penn State, and create a system that's versatile. And you can put anyone on the floor, different combinations that score. And when you're well-rounded and anyone can come in the ballgame at any point and shoot that shot or make that free throw or make the extra pass, that's when you're harder guard and harder scout. And that's what my staff has been working really diligently on in recruiting. And, we signed 13 players in 1 year. I think that's pretty unheard of. And I feel really proud of the ones that we brought into our team, not only as people, not only as students, but absolutely as players as well. So absolutely headed in the right direction, and can't say enough about our team and just how much they've put into sacrificing and really the we above me. And they're just so proud to wear that Penn State uniform.
All right. Thank you for your time, Coach, and congrats on the win.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Mask up.